From ripping up roads,
Approximately 17 miles of pipe.
and moving earth, the signs are everywhere. Something big is happening in Woodbury.
It's approximately 22 acres.
Jim Westerman shows us the work site,
It's a pretty significant sized project.
the future home of a massive $330 million water treatment plant to serve one of the Metro's fastest growing communities.
Is this project priority number one?
Yes, absolutely. This is the largest capital improvement project in the history of the city of Woodbury.
But the treatment plant isn't just to serve the expanding city. It's in response to a toxic problem, the widespread chemical contamination of Woodbury's drinking water.
We'll be able to produce, when all of the vessels are in the facility, about 32 million gallons of water a day treated for PFAS.
Woodbury is one of 15 East Metro communities dealing with contaminated water after manufacturer 3M dumped PFAS chemicals in the area for decades.
It's in our groundwater, it's in our aquifer.
Over in Oakdale, it's a problem the city has faced for years.
You expect if there's a contamination, it might only affect one well. But in this particular case, it affected multiple wells in our community.
3M voluntarily paid for a first-of-its-kind multi-million-dollar treatment facility in Minnesota,
Yeah, these 10 tanks treat the 2 wells.
specifically designed to strip PFAS chemicals from the water.
We need to expand this treatment facility and relocate those 2 wells.
Oakdale now plans to force 3M to pay for that expansion under an $850 million settlement. A Fox 9 investigator's review of settlement grant data reveals that there are currently 37 active projects already approved across the East Metro, including the development of water treatment plants in Hastings, Cottage Grove, and St. Paul Park.
So this property was purchased by the city of Woodbury as part of the 3M State of Minnesota settlement agreement.
3M is paying for most of the Woodbury treatment plant, but now the funding for future projects across the East Metro is in question.
Originally, it was thought that operation and maintenance costs would be covered for 20 years for municipalities such as Woodbury under the settlement agreement. It's come to light that that may not be the case. There's some uncertainty on that.
That settlement money is set to run out by 2027, but state regulators have long said any critical water projects would still be funded by 3M through an earlier agreement known as the 2007 consent order.
3M is going to be responsible, whether it's through the money they've already given to the state to work on this through the settlement or through the consent order.
But earlier this year, the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency sent this email to affected communities, alerting them to 3M's objections, saying, quote, 3M does not believe the approved drinking water treatment projects are reasonable and necessary.
There's a lot going on in the East Metro.
During a recent settlement group meeting, the state said the fight over funding has now entered mediation. This as 3M faces nearly $14 billion in settlement payouts for PFAS contaminations across the country, including in Minnesota.
The dispute is whether or not decisions on projects were selected were reasonable and necessary.
3M would not share any concerns over any specific project, but said in a statement that the company, quote, has asked for an independent review of the way the settlement funds are being used by the state, including whether certain projects meet the standards set forth in the agreement.
We are very firmly believe those decisions made by the communities and MPCA and DNR are very much meet those criteria. So that's all I can say at this point.
If the operating costs end up not being covered by the settlement, what is the plan? Is there a plan?
Yeah, well, each community is going to have to respond accordingly to their needs, whatever those needs may be. There could be some possible impacts to rate structures for utilities, but that's a topic for council to make a decision on.
But for now, projects designed to make drinking water safe
This will be mostly in the yard.
are moving forward.
We build for not just today, but for generations to come.
For years, the Fox 9 investigators have documented the fallout from 3M's dumping of PFAS chemicals, including executives on camera admitting what the company knew and when they knew it. You can find our previous reporting on your phone right now, including recorded depositions of 3M executives and scientists, which shed more light on the contentious lawsuit that led to a landmark $850 million settlement with the state of Minnesota. You can watch those videos on your Fox Local app and on our website, fox9.com. For the Fox 9 investigators, I'm Nathan O'Neill.